Hi guys, Skinny Pigs 1 here. So today's video is going to be about 5 of my fears that I used to have in regards to owning guinea pigs and things that you have to do. It's very common for me to get messages with people saying, I'm scared to do this or that, you make this or that look easy. So please know that I haven't always been confident with everything guinea pig. Some of the stuff you just have to keep doing to get used to it. You just learn as you go, pretty much. So these are 5 fears that I used to have that I do not anymore. But just to let you know that, hey, I'm human too, and we all get scared about things sometimes. So number 1 is a huge one that I see the most that people are scared about. Nail clipping. I have been there. When I first had my very first 2 guinea pigs, Barnaby and Ernie, my mom would actually come over to help me clip their nails. I would hold the pigs, she would clip their nails. Mom had guinea pigs and rabbits at this time, so she was used to it. I was so scared to do it. I didn't want to hit the quick and make them bleed. I didn't know how long or short they were supposed to look. I was just nervous how to hold them. So my mom did help me for the first little bit, but quite quickly I learned that guinea pigs are most comfortable with the people they know the best. So I found they were more relaxed when it was just me trying to do it versus mom coming over and it stressed them out a little bit. So I just had to make myself do it and get used to it. You can always have somebody help you. You can do it yourself, or you could take them to the vet, whatever works for you. But I am here to tell you that if you do it yourself and make yourself do it and make yourself get comfortable, it's gonna be okay. So we all know they have a quick that can bleed if you hit it. It is not the end of the world if you nick that or hit it and their nail starts to bleed. They are not in excruciating pain. They do not need to be rushed off to the hospital. What you do need to do is either dip it in. There is a quick stopper that you can find online, or you can use flour or cornstarch to dip their nail in. Or what I find works best, just hold pressure on the nail with like a towel or Kleenex for a solid 2 or 3 minutes. Check it. If it's still bleeding a bit, hold it on again. And then really, your maintenance for while it heals is just make sure you keep their cage a little extra tidy. You can rinse their nail under water just to make sure it's clean. There's not really too much to do, like their nail's gonna grow back, it's gonna be okay. So even if it does happen, not the end of the world. Using a flashlight with nails is gonna help you greatly to see the quick. Black nails, take off the tips, get used to how much you take off each time. I have nail clipping videos, one should be linked down below, but it doesn't have to be too scary. If you stay calm, your guinea pig's gonna be calmer as well. We all have that one guinea pig that's wild no matter what you do. Just get through it, get it done. Keep a light heart about it. Don't let it get you upset or angry. Just do it, get it done, and then relax. So, number 2 was a really big thing. When I first got guinea pigs, I learned that they're quite illness prone. So I got very scared thinking, how am I gonna know somebody's sick? So one big pointer, please go to Guinea Links. It'll be linked down below. Research from them. It's a trusted guinea pig site. They have a medical reference with a list of all the most popular guinea pig illnesses. It goes through signs, symptoms, what the vet's going to do to treat them, tons of information. So if you're feeling ignorant about what illnesses your guinea pig might get, what means they're sick, please research. Education is your best weapon against getting them the help that they need, and quickly. Number 2, get them a scale and weigh them the same time every single week. This is something that has caught illnesses for myself quite a few times. They cannot hide weight loss from you. They can hide other symptoms for as long as they possibly can. It's just their nature, natural instincts of a prey animal, but they can't hide weight loss. If they're feeling sick or unwell, not eating as much, they're going to lose weight. And if it's anything about 40 grams or more, you should take them to the vet right away because something's not right for them. So weight loss is a big thing. Number 3, get to know their personalities. Each guinea pig is an individual. They all have their different traits. They all have little quirks So if you get to know what they're like each day, what their likes and dislikes are, how they act and react to you, you're going to get a really good baseline of what's their normal behavior. Guinea pigs thrive with a routine. Since they're prey animals, they like predictability. They don't like things just happening. They like to know, like, at this time I get veggies, at this time I get cleaned out, at this time I get lap time. They like that. So once they get used to a schedule, you get used to how they react to each of these things. So for myself, when I come downstairs in the morning, it's veggie time. They get their pellets, they get tidied up, they get their vitamin C tab. Everybody reacts the exact same way in the morning. And when somebody doesn't, it throws up, excuse me, a huge red flag that something's the matter with them. So the biggest one I could tell just recently was Nanook. She was first thing in the morning, was not up at the cage bars begging for her treat like she did every single day before that. She was just laying on her bed. So immediately I was like, something's the matter with Nanook. There are some times where it's a false alarm, so I'll come downstairs and Willie won't be at the bars for his treat, and my heart will stop for a second because I'm like, oh no, because he is elderly, so I get worried that did he pass away? But it's just that he didn't hear me yet, so you peek under his bed and then he's like, oh wait, it's morning, and then he comes out and wants his treats and his veggies just like everybody else. But it's good to get to know what they do, at what times, how they react, because little things that are off about their personality are going to register in your head that, like, they don't usually do that. They seem a bit weird today. Go with your gut instinct. You know your piggy best. So if something doesn't seem right, never hurts to get a health check at your vet. Okay, so number 3, kind of going along with sick pigs, I used to be so scared about vet prices. Yes, they are expensive. So what I highly recommend everybody do is get a vet fund. Take like $10, $15, $20 off of every pay, have it go into a separate account so that you have money when you need it. The biggest part about vet bills are where are you going to get that money when something randomly happens. So if you already have money set aside, it's not so shocking to try to deal with at the time. My first pig was Barnaby. He had an eye infection. We went to the vet. After everything was said and done, it was over $100, and I can remember thinking like, wow, that's a lot of money. But as I've grown over the years, you realize you're paying educated professionals to help you, to diagnose your pet and get them treatment. You cannot put a price on that. Their life is worth whatever you have to pay to get them better. Veterinarians and vet techs go through a lot of schooling, very smart, educated people, so that's going to cost some money, especially for the exotics. Not everybody is educated in the exotic field. As you'll find out, it's so much harder to find an exotic vet versus your dog and cat vet. So it's just the reality. The price is the price. That's something I get messaged a lot as well, people saying like, this is how much I'm getting charged just for an exam. Is that a ripoff? And a lot of times their exam price is actually cheaper than what my exam price is. Prices change depending where you are, but again, it's the price is the price. Research that place to see if they have good ratings, reviews. Meet the vet techs. See if you guys jive, you know. Pick a place that you're confident with, and then, you know, it is what it is, right? I have spent a lot of money on vet bills. Never once have I regretted it. Even if it ended up my pig passed away, I still did what I could for them, and that's a good feeling. So number 4, kind of going with the ill pigs, the vet visits, is medication giving. This was something that up until recently used to stress me out. Giving medication to guinea pigs can be extremely difficult. Some of them make it so easy. Some of them, it's like you're torturing them. So I used to get where I would start stressing out and feeling anxious when it was getting close to medication time. So say for an antibiotic, you give it every 12 hours. So I usually give things at 7 and 7. So once it was getting close to 7 o'clock, I'd sit there being like, okay, I can do this. I gotta get their medication in. We gotta do this. I don't want to spill any. Just relax. Take as long as you need to take. Give yourself a lot of time. Take your time. Have somebody help you if you need it. I know for Apple, I recently showed how to give her medication. She was probably one of the toughest pigs I had, throwing her head around. Take your time. Just make sure that the syringe is actually in their mouth before you put a bit in. And just do a little bit at a time if you have to. Even if it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to get the amount that they need in, who cares, right? Nothing is more stressful than you feeling stressed. You're stressing out your pig. You just gotta breathe, relax, and again, keep a light heart about it. Just get through it. A lot of vets are gonna give you extra medication in your bottle in case accidents do happen. You could even ask them, say, could I have a couple extra doses just in case, so that you don't feel stressed if for some reason it squirts all onto the floor or something like that. You just gotta breathe. I've given a bunch of different medications over the years, and nothing's worse than freaking yourself out about it. 9 times out of 10, you finish giving the medication, you're like, what was I freaking out about? That was actually so easy. And the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more confidence you will build. So just stick with it. So number 5 is the last thing that used to freak me out, was catching / carrying my guinea pig. It is so natural for every guinea pig to run, to hide. They're prey animals. They don't want to be scooped up. That's against their nature. Some pigs are better than others. We all have the extremely scared pig and the pig that you could probably do anything with. So don't freak out if your guinea pigs are the nervous type. Totally normal. The best things to do is to calm yourself. Let them know that it's you. Talk to them. Let them sniff your hand feed them, try to pet them if you can, and naturally kind of guide them to a corner of the cage or into a cozy or into a house or hidey. It's so easy once you get them into a corner to kind of put your hands like on either side of them and scoop under them. To get them into a snuggle sack and just kind of gently lift the snuggle sack up and out. To get them into a house and reach your hands in and scoop them out. Last thing you want to be doing is hands all over, chasing them this way, that way, yelling, getting upset, because you're just going to freak them out even more. Sometimes, even when you're trying to be gentle, they'll spaz out. Give them a break. Just let them calm down for a minute and try again. When you're holding your guinea pig, you have to remember that they're fragile creatures, so you need a firm grip on them, but not too tight because they're delicate. But you do need to make sure that you have a hand underneath them to support their legs and their bum and on top of them. If you're just cradling them in your arm at any given time for no reason, they can jump. Guinea pigs have bad depth perception. They don't have an idea of how high up they are. So when they're in your arm, even the sweetest pig could just think, oh, I just want to get down, and they'll jump and they could hit the floor, kill themselves, injure themselves. So even for your tamest, sweetest pigs, have a hand on their back so they're not going to be inclined to jump. If you're really nervous about carrying them in your arms, you could put them in a pet carrier. You could put them in a snuggle sack and really cradle that in your arms. Cardboard box. You just have to keep them safe. So for catching them, just try to take your time, and if they're getting too squirrely and wild, give them a break and try again. For carrying them, if you're too nervous in your arms, please put them into a carrier or into a box, something that is safe so that they won't injure themselves. And again, once you get used to your guinea pig, you're going to realize what's the easiest way to pick up each pig. Some pigs, you have to do a different maneuver than other pigs. And just like all the other things I talked about, the more you do it, the more you see it, the more you make yourself, get right in there and do it, the calmer you will be. It takes a while to get used to these things, and you just got to remember at the end of the day, you can do it. It's not a big deal. Take a deep breath. So we've all been there. We've all started at the beginning, and we've learned as we went along. So anyway, guys, hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!